If I can please have your attention. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary folks, if I could direct you to the stage for our MCs, Jamie Rose and Jamie Rizzo.
I know, it's bright. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Jamie Rose. I'm a reviewer.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Rizzo. I'm a reviewer and Sapphic World Book Club team.
Thank you all for coming here tonight. And for those live streaming, thank you for tuning in. We are here to celebrate another amazing, fantastic, wonderful year in Sapphic literature. A few announcements before we get into the meat and the fun of our program this evening. What's the word I'm looking for? Because again, my brain just went by. As finalists are announced, please no major applause, just whoops. In fact, let's try it. 3, 2, 1, give me a whoop. Woo! Beautiful. Cat Jackson, I'm looking your way. Best behavior, Cat Jackson. Best behavior. All right. Second thing, logistics-wise, winners. We will not be doing pictures immediately after you receive your award. Instead, we will be waiting until the end of the ceremony, and we'll be doing the pictures outside. Next thing, if you are one of the monetary award winners, you will be receiving an envelope with some handy-dandy paperwork to fill out in order to receive your prize money. If you would like that as soon as possible, please talk to Ann Etter as soon as possible after the ceremony and have that paperwork completed. Okay? Last thing, as you're leaving, unfortunately, GCLS is coming to an end. Sad, we're all sad, right? Yeah. Beautiful, love to hear it. As you're leaving tomorrow, make sure to tip the housekeeping staff on your way out. They've done amazing work for us. The hotel's done their best to give us the most amazing experience here this year. Thank you. And we want to make sure that they're properly rewarded for that. So without any further ado, we're going to move on to awards. The first category we're doing is general nonfiction. And the presenter for this is going to be Aurora Ray. Where are you at, Aurora? Right here. There you go. Here you go.
Hello, lovelies. It is my honor to present the finalists for general nonfiction. Big Girls Don't Fry, written by Faye Jacobs, Bywater Books. And Hiding from My Life, Being Gay in the Navy, written by Karen Solt, She Writes Press. And the Goldie goes to Hiding from My Life, Being Gay in the Navy by Karen Solt.
Important to go first. So first, thank you, GCLS. This is an amazing community. 25 years, 75 years ago when I was in the Navy, I could not have imagined being in a room like this. So this is it's a real honor for me to be here. I'd like to acknowledge all the veterans in the room. Thank you for your service. And also, I wrote the book that I wasn't intending on writing. It was the book that did not exist for me. I was hoping to write a self-help book that turned into a memoir and did not know how it would be received. And so let's just say this is just such an honor, and I'm just really super grateful. So thank you.
All righty, and one thing that we meant to mention is coming up the steps and going down the ramp, or either way that feels whatever you need to do. Okay. So for our next group, we're inviting up the presenters for audiobook narrator, Serena Bishop and Ann Etter.
Hello. All right. For the finalists for audiobook narrator, we have Antarctica, narrated by Angela Daw, self-published.
The Blackbird of Chernobyl, narrated by Christine Williams, ACX on Audible by Water Books.
Die Curious, narrated by Lindsay Dorcas, self-published.
Falls from Grace, narrated by Quinn Riley, self-published.
The Fire, narrated by Blair Baker, Pylon Publishing, LLC.
Gay the Prey Away, narrated by Natalie Naudis, Little Mountain Media.
Hearing Read, narrated by Lori Prince, self-published.
Holiday Hostage, narrated by Jesse Elwin, Up a Tree Media.
LA Lovers, The Short Stories, Volume 2, narrated by Tessa Stavers, Jaded Angels, LLC.
Magdalene Knox, narrated by Abby Creighton, self-published.
A Perfect Fit, narrated by Sadie Provost, self-published.
Rise and Divine, narrated by Bailey Carr, Berkeley.
And Virgin Flight, narrated by Juanita McMahon, Butterworth Books.
And the first award. Oh, there were 4.
Oh, we didn't practice that.
No, we only practiced 3. Gay the Prey Away, Natalie Naudis, Little Mountain Media.
Thank you all so much. This means so much to me. When I was writing this book, I thought about not publishing it very many times. I kept saying I was going to bury it under a tree. And 2 people really supported me. First of all was my husband, Don. And second of all, someone who I was falling in love with at the time, my partner now, Mary Helen. And I feel like this book was part of me healing my childhood self and also coming into my full queerness as an adult. And everybody who has reached out to me and said that it's meant a lot to them has meant so much to me. Thank you so much.
Right. The second award, pardon me, audiobook narrator, Falls from Grace, Quinn Riley.
Well, if you know me, you know I like to yap, so apologies in advance. I'll try to make this quick, but I was so moved by this morning's panel that I couldn't keep it short, so sorry. It is impossible to meet this moment with words that feel adequate to express the enormous feelings that are so deeply felt. So please bear with me while I fumble through. Many thanks to Kai and Podium Entertainment for allowing me to be a conduit for this entire series by Ruby Landers. To my mom and dad who are watching, I can never thank you enough for giving wings to my dreams, no matter how huge or ridiculous they might have been or continue to be. So many queer kids find their first bullies in their homes. And with you both, I have only known unconditional love. You are the best parts of me, and I hope that I make you proud every day. Eternal gratitude to GCLS and this board for giving us the space to gather as a family in this time. Our ability to be together in this room as a community is powerful, especially in 2025, and we must keep exercising that power. Hi, Ruby. I know you're watching. You are watching with your beloved redhead, and I hope that you can feel through the miles and time zones how incredibly revered and cherished you are. Your outrageous talent and profound humanity are reflected in every single thing you touch. My rage is incandescent that we have been robbed of your presence this week because this country and administration has made your journey here too risky. There are so many members of our community who could not risk being with us this year, and the loss of your collective presence is profound. Ruby, what you have wrought with the Grace Note series is nothing short of remarkable. Through your stunning prose and profoundly moving, deeply human characters, we readers have channeled our rage. We have screamed at the sky. We have laughed. We have cried. We have found joy. We have found safety. And we have found hope in your words. I know I speak for all in this room when I say that I am honored that we get to share a timeline where you and your art exist. So many of your words are burned in my mind and etched on my heart, but I cannot stop thinking about a line you wrote for Coral in Saving Graces that feels like the heartbeat of this entire trilogy, which is, some of us don't get the choice about whether to be out or not. Everyone working to make their own little corner of the world a safe place is how we're going to win this. Staying and fighting for the whole family. In this current moment, we as a community and as a family are being hunted. It is critical that our advocacy and our activism are intersectional, and that we not forget that there is no small way to be a part of the resistance. Not all of us have the privilege to be visible. Not all of us can risk employment or our homes or our mortal safety, but we can offer mutual aid. We can fight like hell for our literature to be preserved in our local libraries. We can fight book bans. We can set up community libraries, call our representatives, and vote. And this is a call to action for our most privileged, myself included, to take up the mantle and fight like hell for our most oppressed and those among us who are in the most danger. And right now, that is our trans, non-binary, and genderqueer siblings, our queer siblings of color, our queer siblings who are immigrants, and our trans youth. What we are facing is a matter of life. What they are facing is a matter of life and death, and we must protect their present and futures. Human beings are not illegal. Treating people like human beings is not negotiable. I cannot tell you how sacred it is to share space with the magnificence of the people in this room. Your connection, your words, your stories, your minds are the lifeblood of our community. Keep creating your art. Keep dreaming and rendering the future we want to see. Keep telling the stories of our rage, our pain, and most importantly, our radical joy. I will leave you with the incredible words of Rebecca Solnit as shared with me by my dear friend, Tara Scott, who has been a shelter in the storm for so many of us and whose presence is deeply missed this year. Rebecca says, "The fact that we cannot save everything does not mean we cannot save anything. And everything we can save is worth saving. Remember what loves you. Remember in this tide of hate what love is. The pain you feel is because of what you love." Thank you.
That was gorgeous. The third prize winner, or the third of the prize winners, is Antarctica by Angela Daw, self-published. Angela could not join us tonight, and GCLS accepts this award on her behalf.
Right. Oh, so violent. Right. The fourth winner of the Monetary Prize, audiobook narrator, Magdalene Knox, Abby Creighton, self-published. Abby has sent a message. I would like to thank GCLS. It's such an honor to be recognized among so many amazing narrators. Melina Mackay, your characters are masterpieces, and I am so fortunate to be given the opportunity to bring them to life off the page. I love the creative collaboration between writer and narrator. It's such a unique partnership, and I only shine because of your beautiful talent. Thank you again, sending love and peace, and always thank you for listening to these glorious books.
All right. To present the winners for the category Romantic Blend, Morgan Lee Miller.
Hello. Okay, our finalists for Romantic Blend, Ghosts of the Heart, written by Catherine Friend, Bold Strokes Books. Our Heart Full of Hope, written by Cheyenne Blue, Ilva Publishing. Hide No More, written by Rita Potter, Up a Tree Media. Jones, written by Jerry Hill, Bella Books. Lost in the Wild, written by Caden, Bold Strokes Books. Loyalty, Book 3 in the Hallison's Division series, written by E.J. Noyes, Bella Books. The Nightingale and the Rose, written by Jolie Dvorak, self-published. Reverence, written by Melina Mackay, self-published. And Vengeance, Planning for Amateurs, written by Lee Winter, Ilva Publishing. And our first winner is Reverence by Melina Mackay. Got it. Melina Mackay is not here to accept this award, so GCLS accepts this award on their behalf. Second award, Loyalty, Book 3 in the Hallison Division series, E.J. Noyes.
Wow, there have been such beautiful speeches, and now you have to listen to me. I'm so sorry. I would firstly like to thank GCLS, the volunteers, the judges, everybody that gives so freely of their time, not only to make the conference happen, but to have these awards. They mean so much to me personally. Of course, I'd like to thank friends and family that have been so supportive of me, especially during some little mini micro meltdowns recently. Thank you guys, I couldn't do this without you. I need to thank Betsy. I forgot to do it last year. And I've been thinking about it all year, and I am so glad that I have won an award for this so that I could tell you all that this series would not have happened without her. So Betsy, I thank you for your time. I thank you for your generosity. I thank you for your kindness. You're a 10 out of 10 human, and I really adore you. So thank you so much. Please don't Gwyneth me. I have a little bit more to say. Of course, Bella Books, Linda, Jessica, everyone behind the scenes that makes this run so smoothly for me. I couldn't produce work without you. Thank you so much. Kath, my editor, again, I couldn't make my novels without her. Phoebes has just texted me, my wife, darling, I'm a little bit busy at the moment, so I'll respond to that later. She just said blurk. Baby, please stop texting me. On a slightly serious note, I had a lot of people tell me back home, friends and family, that I should not come to the United States at this time. And I had to come. I had to come to be here, not just for this award, which is lovely, but I had to come here to be here with all of you. Together we are stronger, together we are better, and together we will survive. And I am so honoured to be part of this community with every single one of you. Thank you so much.
And the winner of the monetary prize is A Vengeance Planning for Amateurs, Lee Wenta. Lee Winter's not here, but they sent a message. First, and I do mean first, I have to thank Sam, my partner of 25 years, because I forgot to mention her in my speeches last year. And if I forget again, my life is forfeit. Do not piss off an ice cream people. Second, I have to give huge kudos to the Les Fig reading public for taking on a book about a taxidermied penguin theft. You prove that there's nothing that unites us like vengeance carried out with equal parts passion and incompetence. Lastly, to my publisher, Astra et Ilva, you're a dead-set legend for agreeing to my book. I'll never forget the look on Astrid's face during our Skype call when I pitched her the idea. After a heavy sigh in her long-suffering German accent, she said, of course, Lee Winter wants to do a book about a penguin theft. She knows me so well. Thank you, everyone.
All right. I'm impressed with y'all on how you're doing the whoop. So whoop for you. That's been awesome. Thank you. So right now we're inviting the presenters up for contemporary romance, short novels, Nan Sparks and Kathleen Collins.
The magic that happens when two women fall hopelessly in love with one another is one of the categories we celebrate today, as we honor authors who have beautifully captured the complexities and joys of contemporary romance in 74,999 words or less.
The finalists for contemporary romance short novel are Aubrey McFadden is Never Getting Married, written by Georgia Beers, Bold Strokes Books.
Carbide Creek, written by Maggie Brown, self-published.
Comes in Waves, written by Anna Hartnett, Bold Strokes Books.
Dreamer, written by Chris Bryant, Bold Strokes Books.
Love Grows, written by KJ Wrights, self-published.
Reservations, written by Donna J., self-published.
She Met Her by the Sea, written by Hannah Safran, Bella Books.
The Third Act, written by Kathleen Brehoni, Triquarta Books.
Truly Home, written by J.J. Hale, Bold Strokes Books.
Turning Point, written by Kathy Dunnell, Bold Strokes Books.
Under New Management, written by Sherry Ritz, Bella Books.
When Tomorrow Comes, written by D. Jackson Lee, Bold Strokes Books.
And the first winner is She Met Her by the Sea, Hannah Safran, Bella Books. Hannah could not join us tonight. GCLS accepts this award on her behalf.
And the second winner of Contemporary Romance Short Novel, Carbide Creek, Maggie Brown, self-published. Maggie Brown could not be with us tonight, but she sent us a note. Thank you to the Golden Crown Literary Society for recognizing my book. It's an honor to be among so many talented writers and storytellers in the competition. Writing is a solitary life, but moments like this remind me that stories have a way of reaching out and connecting us across the world. I would have loved to have been there with you tonight, but unfortunately it was too far to make the trip. Thank you to the judges for seeing something in my work, and also to my readers who found it and supported it. You gave the book a life far beyond what I imagined. To my friends and family, many thanks for your patience, your encouragement, and your endless belief in me. And to every writer, whether you have a publisher or you're self-published, keep going and write your stories, for your work matters. Thank you again for this honor.
And the third winner for Contemporary Romance Short Novels, Aubrey McFadden Is Never Getting Married, Georgia Beers, Bold Strokes Books.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to thank the GCLS. I am so happy to be with you guys. I will never skip a conference again, I promise. I didn't write anything down, so I'm kind of winging this here, so bear with me. When I sent this book to my editor, Ruth Sternglantz, she sent me back a note that said, you knocked it out of the park with this one. And for a writer who works in a very solitary career, those kinds of things really, really help. So that was amazing. Thank you to Bold Strokes, to Rad, to Sandy, to everybody over there who helps make me look good. I want to thank my 4 grandbabies who have made me a Gigi, which is something I have never, ever expected, but they have given me a little bit of a new lease on life, so that's kind of cool. And I had a moment of feeling guilty about celebrating because of the fact that the country is on fucking fire. But I'm so happy to be here with all of you, and I'm so glad that we are celebrating us, that the guilt is gone. So, thank you.
And last but not least, the 4th winner for Contemporary Romance Short Novel, and the winner of the monetary prize, Truly Home, J.J. Hale, Bold Strokes Books.
I think, you know, as EJ said earlier, lots of people said to me, don't go, when I was coming over here. And I just couldn't not be here with everyone in this room. You know, this isn't something, you know, at home I get to be a wife and a mom, and that's fantastic, but I don't get to be an author surrounded by other authors, surrounded by other queer people. And there's nothing in this world like it. So thank you to everybody at GCLS who has given me this space. It kind of feels full circle because the reason I found out about GCLS was when Truly Wanted won 2 years ago, and this Truly Home is the final in the series. And, you know, this is why I ended up here and found all of these people over here who I'm going to definitely thank, who've become my bubble and my safe space, and not just at GCLS, but all year long, and over here too, especially. They're the reason I'm still writing, and they're the reason I still have the energy to. And thank you to my wife as well, who is here, just does not like socializing. So I told her I wouldn't say that, but I kind of had to. But as much as she hates socializing, she does wrangle the 3 kids to make sure I have time to keep doing this. And lastly, thank you to everybody at Bold Strokes Books. I'm not going to name everyone because I will forget, but I'm definitely going to name my editor, Jenny, who is probably makes me feel like everything I have to say is important and that people are going to want to hear it. So thank you.
Short. Next category moving on to is fiction anthologies and collections. And the presenter for this is Anise McIntyre. Did I say that right? Anisa. I am so sorry. I tell my students my specialty in teaching is mispronouncing names. So I've shown you all that skill tonight. You're welcome. Anisa.
I'm getting some moral support here. Good evening, everyone. You guys look amazing tonight. I brought a couple of clip notes here. The finalists for fiction anthologies and collections are Beyond the Shelves, a Sapphic lit pop-up anthology edited by Tara Young, Sapphic Literary Collective. And Whispers in the Stacks, an anthology of library love stories, edited by MJ Lowe, Bella Books. And the winner of the monetary prize for fiction anthologies and collections is Whispers in the Stacks, MJ Lowe, Bella Books. Give her a second. Okay. I was curious to say, I know MJ's here.
Thank you. Thank you to Linda and Jess Hill and all the fine folks at Bella Books who gave me this opportunity. I couldn't be more surprised, pleased, or proud. Thank you to the Golden Crown Literary Society. I've been a part of this organization since its old thud days that some of you may remember, and I'm very proud of the way it continues to grow and reflect the many facets of our community. Thank you to the writers who crafted their stories of lavender love and libraries. I think it's no accident that the theme of this book and the other shortlisted book in this category are about libraries and their roles in the lives of queer people. The work of public libraries is more important now than ever before. As an old cardigan-wearing, sensible shoe queer, who grew up when the expression of our love, and by extension our identities, was illegal in much of this country, certainly where I was, I have seen tremendous strides in civil rights in my life. And we are now living in a time when many of the people in power want us, at the very least, to go back in the closet. And we will not. The work of the GCLS in cultivating writers who tell our stories is more important than ever, and the intersection of the work that libraries do to provide free and open access to those stories is equally vital. I thank all of you for your role as writers, as readers, as publishers, and as librarians during these precarious times in our republic. This award honors all of that work, and I thank you for it.
And next are the presenters for Mystery, Thriller, and Crime, E.J. Cochran.
The finalists in the Mystery, Thriller, Crime category: Antarctica, written by Catherine Rupley, Bella Books. The Land of Death and Devil's Club, written by Bailey Bridgewater, Bold Strokes Books. No Way Out, written by Susie Fleming and Ruby Scott, self-published. Staying the Course, written by Rebecca K. Jones, Bella Books. Undercurrent, written by Patricia Evans, Bold Strokes Books. Verity's Game, written by Jennifer Giacolone, Ilva Publishing. Okay. Very exciting. All right. The first winner is Staying the Course, Rebecca K. Jones, Bella Books. Rebecca could not be here. She left us a note. Thank you to everyone at Bella Books, especially Heather Flournoy. I've never been so proud to be a part of a community that is actively fighting fascism every single day just by getting up, being ourselves unapologetically, and writing the stories we wanted to read as young people. Melissa, I love you. And the winner of the monetary prize, Verity's Game, Jennifer Giacolone, Ilva Publishing. Jennifer could not join us tonight. GCLS accept this award on her behalf.
For our next category, fantasy, L. Iyer. I keep wanting to read the start. It's so bad.
And the finalists in the fantasy category are Atlantis, Land of Dreams, written by Idale Lane, Melody Romero. Goddess of the Sea, written by Brittany Jackson, Noctem Publishing. Of Auras and Shadows, written by Jennifer Carter, Bold Strokes Books. Shadow Rider, written by Gina L. Dart, Bold Strokes Books. The Timeless Legion, Book 2 of the Everland Cycle, written by J.C. Rykoft, Battle Warrior Press. And Unworthy, written by J.A. Vadvarka, my apologies, self-published. And the first winner is Goddess of the Sea, Brittany Jackson, Noctem Publishing.
I told myself in the unlikely event that I won, that I wasn't allowed to grow like this. So, I can't read the speech, so I'm just gonna hope I can remember it. Writing a book is always so scary. Releasing the book is even scarier. And with this one, I felt like I was drowning in that fear. I didn't feel, there's just so much self-doubt, so much. And so this means so much. Oh God, this is so bad. Thank you so much to everyone who read it, to everyone who gave Em and Maria a chance, and and so the thing about that feeling when you're drowning in fear like that is that
sometimes you forget that that you've always made it to the other side and that you felt like this before. But, and right now, I mean, with everything that's happening, I feel like everybody is just probably feeling that kind of fear all the time, whether it's about something like this, like writing something very, very personal, very, very gay, very, very much ourselves, very much our trauma. It's a scary time just in general. So I guess, you know, if you're feeling like you're drowning in fear right now over anything, try to remember that we always make it to the other side. If we were the kind of people who drowned in fear, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be out. We wouldn't be fighting for our visibility, for people who will come after us, for people who need these books, who need to see that they're not alone. If we were the kind of people who drowned in fear, we would have given up a long time ago. So no matter how scary things continue to get, just try to remember that we're not those kind of people. We don't drown in fear. We're going to make it to the other side. And if I can get to the other side, then surely anybody can.
And the winner of the monetary prize in the fantasy category goes to Unworthy, J.A. Vadvarka, self-published. J.A. sent some words. Thank you to the Golden Crown Literary Awards for this honor. I had no idea when I started writing Unworthy that it would mirror my journey into discovering my identity as a queer woman. As a late bloomer and new author, I have been blown away by the wonderful authors and readers in the Sapphic community. The support has been amazing, and I'm eternally grateful to the folks that took a chance on my book. Finally, I'd like to thank my amazing wife, Lisa, who talked me down whenever I had a crisis of confidence about writing Sapphic fantasy. She is truly the best.
All right, and now we're going to young adult fiction, and our presenter is Laura Green.
Yes,
So are you. Thank you. Look lovely. Hello, gorgeous people. I am not a young adult. I do, however, miss a few things from when I was a young adult: perfect vision, a metabolism, having electricity but never really thinking about who paid for it, and faith that regardless of who lives in the White House, decency and justice would remain a constant. I don't miss kissing boys or the struggles that have to be endured during young adulthood, which have been captured beautifully by these three talented writers. The finalists for young adult fiction are Natalie Naudis, Gay the Pray Away, Little Mountain Media; Haunting Melody, written by Chloe Spencer, Tiny Ghost Press; and Streamline, written by Laura Melissa Elsie, Bold Strokes Books. the winner of the Monetary Prize in Young Adult Fiction, Gay the Pray Away.
Thank you so much. I forgot to thank my daughters at home, Audrey and Evelyn. I love you so much. Young adult fiction is really special to me because I didn't encounter a single queer book growing up at all. And that's why in my book, it starts with like an alternate childhood of mine where a girl finds a queer book in the library and realizes that bisexuals even exist. And when I came out to myself as an adult, it was through recording audiobooks. And a lot of these presses, Bold Strokes and Ilva, I was recording auditions for these books on ACX. And I just thought I was really interested, and then I thought I was just a really big ally. And over time, I came to come out to myself and realize that I am queer too, and I just appreciate all the books that you write and the love that you put out into the world. Thank you so much.
All right, and the presenters for contemporary romance mid-length novels, Melissa Braden and E.J. Noyes.
Before we begin, I would like to thank the GCLS for helping me to tick off one item on my bucket list, which is to present an award with Melissa Braden.
Thank you. That is so nice. I actually asked the GCLS to pair me with somebody who was not only an amazingly talented writer, but had a kick-ass accent. So I feel like, but we digress because we are here to present an award for contemporary romance mid-length. Now, I think of us as the Goldilocks of love stories. I mean, we're not too short, not too epic, just the right amount of time to fall in love with that smoldering barista with a checkered past.
The mid-length romance gives you just enough time to meet cute, mess it up entirely, go on a soul-searching road trip, fix your communication issues, and then still make it to the epilogue. Basically, it's efficient emotional whiplash. And here are the nominees.
1159, written by Erica Lee, self-published. Appalachian Awakening, written by Nance Sparks, Bold Strokes Books. Broken Parts Included, written by Allison Root, self-published. Flipping Hearts and Homes, written by Chris Zett, Ilva Publishing. Heart of the Storm, written by Allie McGuire, Butterworth Books. Love Next Door, written by Rachel Summers, Ilva Publishing.
New Horizons, written by Shia Woods, Bold Strokes Books. A New Leash on Love, written by Jamie Clevenger and Aurora Ray, Bella Books. One Last Run, written by Bryce Oakley, self-published. Red Rock Ranch, written by Lise Gold and Madeline Taylor, self-published. Ribbonwood, written by Ruby Landers, self-published. Second Nightstand, written by Corellia Stetz-Waters and Faye Stetz-Waters, forever. Switcheroo, written by Shane Blue, Ulva Publishing. The Weight of What Was, written by Pip Landers-Letts, Roxmoo Publishing Press. I'm sorry, Roxmoo Press. I take full responsibility for that one.
And our first winner, Switcheroo, Cheyenne Blue, Ilva Publishing. Unfortunately, Cheyenne could not be with us tonight, and GCLS accepts this award on her behalf.
The second winner, Red Rock Ranch, Lise Gold and Madeline Taylor. Lise Gold Books. And Lise has a few words for us. Thank you so much for this incredible honor. When I first started writing Red Rock Ranch, I never expected that a story about a city girl getting rescued by a cowgirl in the desert would speak to so many readers. Turns out, we secretly want someone to ride up on a horse and save us from our questionable life decisions, preferably someone who looks good in a cowboy hat. In a world where LGBTQ+ stories are increasingly under attack, where books are being challenged and voices silenced, romance novels aren't just entertainment, they're acts of resistance. Their love letters to our community remind us that our stories matter, our relationships are valid, and our happily ever afters are worth celebrating. Every Sapphic romance is a small revolution, proving that love comes in all forms and deserves to be told without apology. To my readers, thank you for enjoying Dakota and Frankie's love story. To my fellow authors, keep writing our truths.
And our third winner, Flipping Hearts and Homes, Chris Zett, Ilva Publishing.
Okay, thank you. So, when 2020 started, I started writing my new book. And should have been a book about traveling and emergency rooms and doctors. And then it was 2020, so by the spring of 2020, I have lost my words. I lost the ability to write and to feel creative, to feel alive. So Flipping Hearts and Homes is not the book I intended to write, but it's the book that brought me back my writing ability, my creativity, and I have to thank a lot of people for it. So I'm starting first with my publisher, Astrid from Ilva Publishing, and I called her and said, I can't write, I can't meet deadlines, and she said, yes, I understand, take your time. And then I have to thank the GCLS and the writing community and the readers, because when the worst of the pandemic was over in 2022 and I came to Albuquerque, I felt so included and so inspired, so I could start writing again. So. Sorry. So I'm thanking my readers, my beta readers. You encouraged me to finish the book, to make it better than it was, and thank you and merci. And finally, I have to thank my wife, because she always supported me. She had a difficult time herself, and she had still time for me. And I couldn't be here without her support, and in case she's watching,
Vielen Dank und ich liebe dich.
Our fourth winner, and this winner will be receiving the monetary prize. One Last Run by Bryce Oakley.
I can't unlock my phone. Please don't look at me for a moment. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I would like to thank my personal Lord and Savior, Taylor Swift. And my beautiful wife, Maddie, and my sister and best assistant, Charlie. They are both watching, and I love you. My writer friends for being huge inspirations and writing incredible books. Our entire community for waiting very patiently and kindly for 3 years between this release and my last one. Thank you for welcoming me back. And GCLS for the wonderful conference, and all of the judges who donated so much time and energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Who doesn't love a plot twist? This year we have a tie in this category, which means we have a second winner who will also receive the full monetary prize. And that winner is... I heard it. I mean, I'm excited too. I mean, I am right there with you. Oh no, I've messed up. It's stuck to the sticky tape. I've ruined everything. And the second winner of a monetary prize is Ribbonwood by Ruby Landis, self-published. And I have another thing to read. I feel like they just chose me because of this. Yes. To read out, yeah, okay, that's fine. I know what you all need from me. There's a long list of people I'd love to thank by name tonight, from GCLS to my fellow authors, from the passionate readers to the content creators who uplift us all, to the narrators who elevate our work to new levels, and not to mention my cover designer, who I accidentally fell in love with along the way. Thank you, Sapphic Romance, for that particular meet cute. But really, what I want to say is that all of you together make up a spectacular community of human beings who in these times of division and darkness have been nothing but light. The way you pull together to create and support Sapphic fiction and queer stories, as well as the encouragement and love for all the people who are behind those stories and a part of those stories, is such a source of hope and joy to me, and I am endlessly grateful for all of you. I'm deeply sad that we don't get to be there to celebrate with you tonight, but at the same time, it makes me incredibly happy to think that when these words reach you, it's in this room filled with queer community, queer creativity, and queer joy. Please hug each other, please go out dancing, please make out, please celebrate, and know that we're sending our love and gratitude and solidarity all the way from Australia, woo, tonight. Thank you.
How's everybody doing? Okay. All right, so I'm presenting the presenter extraordinaire for paranormal, occult, horror, our advocate, our beautiful Quinn Riley.
Our finalists for Paranormal, Occult, and Horror: Blood Remains, written by Kathy Pagao, Bywater Books. The Curse, written by Alexandra Riley, Bold Strokes Books. Sacred Ground, written by Missouri Vaughn, Bold Strokes Books. Speakeasy, written by L. Iyer, Bywater Books. Summit's Shadow, written by Heather Werner, Launch Point Press. Okay. Our first winner Summit's Shadow by Heather Werner, Launch Point Press. Has some words for us. I wish I could be with you all tonight to celebrate the immense amount of talent in this room. Unfortunately, much like my characters, the mountains often pull me away. But from afar, I would like to express my sincere appreciation and honor at receiving this award. When we write, we pour our own stories into the lives of our characters. I was 15 when I worked up the nerve to come out. I was a small town girl in a conservative religious community, and the painful reception I received is something I'm sure far too many of us are familiar with. I climbed so far back into the closet, I nearly popped out in Narnia. So now, 20 years later, to be able to express this part of myself alongside my love of the mountains feels like a full circle moment, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing it with me. Thank you so much to the Golden Crown Literary Society for this recognition. And thank you to Jody Zarambi, apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly, and the Launch Point Press team for believing in Summit's Shadow. I hope we all continue to share our stories, our struggles, our loves, and our joys, and keep pushing for a kinder, more accepting world with our work. Congratulations, Heather. And our second winner of the monetary prize for Paranormal, Occult, and Horror, The Curse by Alexandra Riley, Bold Strokes Books. Alexandra could not join us tonight, and GCLS accepts this award on her behalf.
Hi, we've reached the point in our evening where we want to honor those that have left us over this past year. Tonight we gather not only to celebrate the brilliance of Sapphic and women-loving women literature, but also to honor the memory of those remarkable authors and friends who have left an indelible mark on our hearts and our minds. In the past year, we've had to say farewell to those whose words and friendships have inspired and resonated deeply within our community. As we think back on their contributions, let us carry forward their legacy of creativity, courage, and unwavering passion. Please join us in a moment of reflection as we pay tribute to these extraordinary voices and their enduring impact on literature and our lives and community.
All right, we're going to move on to our next category, which is poetry, poems, and collections. And the presenter for that, amazingly talented friend, Lauren Eve.
Okay, apologise for the accent in advance. So our nominees tonight are Born Backwards, written by Tanya Olson of Yes Yes Books. Grasping at the Stars, written by Lisa Sarno, self-published. And The Nature of Love, written by Kate Castle, self-published. These nails are suddenly looking like a mistake. Bear with. Okay. And the winner of the Monetary Prize for Poetry, Poems and Collections is Born Backwards by Tanya Olson of Yes Yes Books. So Tanya couldn't be here tonight, so she sent a few words. I would like to thank the Golden Crown Literary Society for choosing Born Backwards as a 2025 Goldie Award in Poetry. It is always gratifying when a book you care deeply about is noticed, and noted by everyone else. Born Backwards is a book grounded in lesbian culture, so it's especially meaningful when the notice comes from an organisation that focuses on such. Thanks as well to the KMA Sullivan and the entire Yes Yes Books team for their continued support of poetry and the entire LGBTQ community. Thank you.
All right, and next up is general fiction, and our presenter is Rita Potter.
Hello, I'm here to announce the finalists for general fiction. The first one is The Blackbird of Chernobyl, written by Anne McMahon, Bywater Books. Grace Period, written by Elizabeth Nunez, Rattling Good Yarns Press. Outsider, written by J. Dupreez, Adina Publishers. And The Unfinished Line, written by Jen Lyon, self-published. And the winner of the monetary prize for general fiction goes to The Unfinished Line by Jen Lyon.
Okay, I'm so bad at this, I have to read it because, as anyone who's met me knows, I'm not an eloquent speaker. There's a reason that I write. So, first off, my many thanks to GCLS. This organization and the community that has come with it has changed my life. This is truly, truly an honor. The Unfinished Line is deeply personal to me, and it has my whole heart in it. I was honestly very scared to publish it. And I did sit on it for more than 2 years, but finally decided it was a story that needed to be told. And I could not be more grateful for the way it has been received and the readers it has resonated with. My heartfelt thanks to the incredible support group of authors who welcomed me into this community with open arms. Elena, Sharon, Alicia, Jody. You guys have been amazing from the first day I stepped into this, and you've been amazing from the start. The friends that I've made along the way, Erica, Robbie, Michael, Callie, Jamie, Jess, Kaz, and Jade, Rita, to name only a few, thank you. And last, but certainly not least, my beautiful wife, Donna, who is my greatest supporter and my champion in all things. Thank you.
Give us a moment. Okay. All right. To present the finalists for contemporary romance long novels, Georgia Beers.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a long word. This is a long award ceremony. These are the finalists for contemporary romance long novels. Bachelorette number 12, written by Jay, Ilva Publishing. Falls from Grace, written by Ruby Landers, self-published. Loser of the Year, written by Carrie Bird, Ilva Publishing. Mary Weihnachten, thank you very much, written by E.J. Noyes, Bella Books. The Piano in the Tree, written by Joe Havens, self-published. Quiver by Rachel Spangler, Brisk Press. Southern Lights, written by Liz Arncliffe, Ilva Publishing. And Tempting Olivia, written by Claire Ashton, self-published. And the first Goldie goes to Quiver by Rachel Spangler.
You angst-loving bitches. I was not expecting this because I really didn't think that you all were really this much of a glutton for punishment. This book put me through the ringer in the best way, to the point that I actually sought out Mila Mackay and Anna Burke to ask if I had gone too far. Thank you to those of you who are now telling me that I did, in fact, not go too far. I want to thank my team at Brisk Press, Susan and Carrie. You all are probably the most generous people I've ever met in my life. Thank you to the GCLS. I'm so proud to be a part of this community. You make me better and you make the whole world better. Thank you to my editor, Linda Sandoval, especially for circling the scene in the book where she could tell I had finally gotten back in touch with my therapist. Thank you to my copy editor, Avery Brooks, all my typesetters, beta readers. Thank you to Anne for doing the audiobook. Thank you to my son, Jackson, who is always my sense of adventure. And thank you to my beautiful wife, Susie, who loved me through a year where I was feeling bitchy enough to write a book like this. This award is really hers. Thank you all very much.
The second award, why is this so low? Oh, wow. Sorry. The second award goes to Tempting Olivia by Claire Ashton, self-published. Claire has sent a few words. I am sitting somewhere in the UK right now, horribly envious of you all at the con. I'm determined to visit one year. Until then, a big wave to all the fabulous authors and readers I am desperate to meet, and a big thank you to the GCLS. And the third winner, and the winner of the monetary prize, is The Piano in the Tree, Joe Havens, self-published. Joe could not join us tonight. The GCLS accepts this award on her behalf. It will be on my shelf at home.
And now for new adult fiction. And I'm going to introduce the troublemaker that I've come to love, this time at GCLS, Ms. Bryce Oakley.
Wow, a little rude. Hey, thanks. New adult fiction is where Sapphic chaos truly thrives. First apartments you can't afford, exes you definitely shouldn't text, emotionally unavailable women with guitars and a propensity for only playing Wonderwall, and at least one identity crisis in a grocery store parking lot. And honestly, peak literature. And the nominees for new adult are One Last Summer, written by Kristen Kepler, Bold Strokes Books. Pages from the Book of Broken Dreams, written by Kat Jackson, Bella Books. And Snowed In with Summer, written by Tiana Warner, Bold Strokes Books. Oh, I think I was only supposed to get the envelope. Maybe? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. And the winner of the monetary prize and the new adult fiction prize is One Last Summer, Kristen Kepler. Brooks Bucks.
I did exactly what they told me not to do, and I didn't prepare anything, which is pretty on brand for me if you know me. But I thank you for everything, accepting me into this community. Last year it was my first GCLS, and I felt so much love from everybody. My family, first, last, always, forever. My kids who literally just tried to video call me to say goodnight, and I was like, I really can't step out right now. I will have to go and call them back in a minute. To Bold Strokes Books for taking a chance on me, for putting up with all of my questions, Sandy and Ruth especially. Barbara Ann Wright, her humor helps everything. When I feel like I am not doing my best, she will just help me become a better writer through humor, and without her, I don't know if I could ever finish a draft or 2 drafts or a final. So thank you, Barbara Ann Wright. And to my friends who always believe in me, even when I'm like, nah. And to Kat and Tiana, their books are amazing. If you haven't read them, please go read them. They are awesome. And last, to Jamie and Jess, because that 3-person group chat that we speak every day gets me through everything. Thank you.
All right, give me a second. All right, and the presenter for historical fiction, J.E. Leake.
Okay, the finalists for historical fiction. Bloomtown, Genesis, written by Allie North, self-published. Yes. Encrypted Hearts, written by Eve B. Bancroft, Butterworth Books. Her Last Secret, written by Renee Bess, Flashpoint Publications. Islands of Mice, written by Lucy Jacobs, self-published. And the winner of the monetary prize for historical fiction, Bloomtown, Genesis, Allie North, self-published.
Oh my goodness. I did not think I was going to have to talk to all of you tonight. This is unbelievable. A year ago, I don't know, I was feeling a little bit frustrated with the lack of my writing career and just kind of adrift. And in the past year, you have all embraced me so wholly and beautifully and warmly that I just, thank you. It's really been healing. I need to especially thank, first of all, my amazing wife who supports me even when she shouldn't. I love you so much. And one of the coolest things about this journey I've been on with Bloomtown is that it's brought me my newest best friends. And they didn't give me a choice. Isley, Tacey, Jeremy, I love you guys so much, and you are, you 3 and Wendy. You guys are the prize from Boomtown, so thank you. I'll make this quick, I promise, but I really want to take just a moment to acknowledge and thank the older generation represented here today. Those of you born before things like Pride marches and GCLS award ceremonies. You all have had to fight tooth and nail to exist, and you paved the way for the rest of us. I can't imagine your heartbreak, devastation, and fury at the hate-filled tailspin the current administration has thrown this country into. It must feel like an enormous step backwards, because it is. But it is thanks to each and every one of you that the queer community will overcome and triumph. Because of you, we know how to let our righteous rage fuel the engine of change, and we will never go back to before. Thank you.
And now to present the winner of erotic novels and finalists, Jamie Clevenger. 3 Jamies. 3.
Y'all, I didn't show up in leather, and I apologize. And I also don't have my handcuffs with me. All right, so the finalists for erotic novels. Go. Boss of Her, written by Anna Stone, Violet Ocean Press. And Leather, Lace, and Locks, written by Anne Shade, Bold Strokes Books. I have to admit, I'm pretty excited. Let's see what we got. Boss of Her, Anna Stone, Violet Ocean Press. Give me a second. Anna Stone wrote us a little note, a little love note for all of us. Thank you to GCLS for honoring me with this award. It means a lot to me to have the hard work and passion I pour into my writing recognized. I'd also like to thank everyone who helped bring this book to life. My editor, beta readers, cover designer, and audiobook narrator. And most of all, my incredible readers whose support over the years has made this book possible. I'd also like to thank my incredible fiancée. Her support and encouragement have helped me through everything from minor moments of writer's block to full-blown creative crises. Finally, I'd like to thank the Sapphic fiction community, along with the wider LGBTQ+ community. You're my found family, and I'm grateful to belong to such a wonderful, welcoming, and accepting group of people.
How are y'all doing? All right, we're getting there. So, to present the finalists in Sapphic fiction, Brooke Campbell. What'd I say?
Sapphic.
Damn it. Science fiction. How am I doing is the question.
These are the finalists in science fiction. No Shelter But the Stars, written by Virginia Black, Bywater Books. Skyscraper, written by Gunn Brooke, Bold Strokes Books. Tenacity, written by Elaine Burns, Bedazzled Ink Publishing. Tribute, written by L.M. Rose, Bold Strokes Books. And the first award for science fiction, Tenacity, Elaine Burns, Bedazzled Ink Publishing. And Elaine has a note for us. Scrolling through the list of nominees, I'm shocked I made it to finalist, let alone winner. So thank you to GCLS for providing this recognition for Sapphic literature, to the judges for their fine, albeit questionable judgment, and most of all to my readers. Thank you, Bedazzled Inc., for supporting me all these years and putting in the effort and fees for awards like this. Writing is hard enough. Publishing is massive, whether a publisher or alone. So kudos to everyone who got their story into readers' hands this year. Let's work together to make sure we can keep doing this. To those trying to silence us, hell no, we will not go. Sorry I couldn't be here. And the other science fiction winner and winner of the monetary prize, No Shelter But the Stars, Virginia Black, Bywater Books.
Okay, all right, y'all know that, the soul of brevity does not reside within my body. Thank you, GCLS and judges, for honoring this book. I want to thank my publisher, Bywater Books. They are here this year. I'm so happy to be there. To my editor, I'm sorry, I have a scratchy throat today for some reason. To my editors, Kit Haggard and Heather Flournoy, to my accountability partner, Sean Marie Bryan, who better be watching from home, supportive colleagues, my family, my daughter, my wife, who I will never shut up about. Y'all know why. No Shelter But the Stars taught me a lot, both through the process of its creation, which was during the COVID years, the darker ones, and through the characters and their story. What it taught me most was recognizing what I can and cannot control, and how I should only work to affect what I can. At one pivotal part of the story, this is relevant and brief, just give me a second. One of the leads, Davia, recognizes she has the power to positively impact the world more than she previously thought, which brings me to my true point. To be crass and direct, the world is trying to kick our asses, and we must not turn our backs and take it when those who would at best hide us away and at worst kill us off claim our space for themselves. We fought for what we have as a community, and I urge, implore, and frankly beg each and every one of you, however you can, from the edge of your personal comfort zone, because we cannot stay comfortable, to support yourselves and each other, to support our stories, our books, our publishers, our booksellers, and the bookstores that carry our work. When the days get dark, when the avenues for our proud works get blocked, we must remember that this is not our first or second or last fight. Somehow, somewhere, some one of us has always been oppressed and has always been in danger. This is not a fight to be won only endlessly pursued. So we must fight how we can, and we have to remember to do what we've always done: sing each other's praises, support each other's causes, and refuse to be seated in the corner or hidden in the closet. This has always been a fight for our lives. Stand up however and wherever you can. And when you think about quitting, about giving up, about sacrificing your truth along with your hope, don't. I love you all. Thank you for loving this story as much as I do. Hi, Mom.
And to present the T. Corrine cover design, Luke Dreamer.
It is no happy accident that, sorry, that these talented artists are Goldie finalists for the T. Corrine cover design. First, we have Die Curious, designed by Madison Brake, Sunset Wave Press. Don't Circle Or, designed by Tara Sullivan, self-published. No Shelters But the Stars, designed by Ann McMahon, Treehouse Studio, Bywater Books. Outsider, designed by Adrienne Marvel, Adina Publishing. Reverence, designed by Jennifer Prince, self-published. The Blackbird of Chernobyl, designed by Ann McMahon, Treehouse Studio, Bywater Books. The Piano in the Tree, designed by Corinne Hunyak. One of those is correct, I hope. The Pull of the Tide, designed by Madison Brake, Sunset Wave Press. And the winner is Piano in the Tree, Corinne Hunyak. Corinne cannot join us tonight. GCLS accepts this award on their behalf.
Really short. Move that up. All right, this time I'm going to read it from here so I get the name of the category correct. Thank you so much. Here to present the finalists for debut novel, three really good friends, Macon Lee, Anna Hardnett, and J.J. Hale.
Three best friends that anyone did have. No, just kidding. We have such a stacked debut list today, and we're honored to announce the finalists. Bloomtown Genesis, written by Allie North, self-published. The Broken Lines of Us, written by Shia Woods, Bold Strokes Books. Falls from Grace, written by Ruby Landers, self-published.
I have to move this down. Gay the Pray Away, written by Natalie Nodis, Little Mountain Media. Islands of Mice, written by Lucy Jacob, self-published. And Loser of the Year, written by Carrie Bird, Ilva Publishing.
It's really hard not to woo anymore. I've been enjoying that part. Outsider, written by Jay Dupree's, Eldina Publisher. Southern Lights, written by Liz Arncliffe, Yova Publishing. Written by J.A. Vadvarka, which is a name I have practiced so much, self-published. The Weight of What Was, written by Pip Landers-Letts, a press I should have tried and didn't. Romux Press, 7 out of 10?
Falls from Grace, Ruby Landers, self-published. Ruby could not join us tonight. GCLS accepts this award on her behalf.
And second award for debut novel goes to Unworthy by J.A. Vadvarka, self-published. J.A. could not join us tonight, so GCLS accepts this award on her behalf.
The third winner of debut tonight is Loser of the Year by Carrie Bird, Yoba Publishing.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you to GCLS not only for this incredible honor, but for this amazing space that you have provided for all of us. Thank you to Ilva Publishing, especially Astrid Oletz, who put her faith in a book by a debut author about religious trauma. And thank you especially to Sandra Girth, who is the best editor a girl could ever ask for. Thank you to my beta readers, to Jade and Jess and Caroline, without whom this book would not be what it is. Thank you to every reader of Loser of the Year, everyone who has taken the time to tell me how you felt about the book, to leave a rating, to leave a review. I am so grateful for the time and care that you have given my book. You have fulfilled a dream that I have had since I was 8 years old. Thank you for that. I want to thank my incredible friends. I have had such astonishing support over the last year, particularly, which has been very hard. I want to thank Lily, who is watching this right now from Los Angeles, where she is currently cosplaying as Jillian Reed. She has been in my life since we were 14 years old, and through a protest at our all-girls Catholic high school because we were not allowed to wear pants. Thank you to Avery and Caroline and Helena, who have supported and loved me with so much care. And thank you finally to Haley and Monica. All of you know how incredibly talented they are. Not all of you know how loyal and supportive and loving they are, and I am so grateful for their friendship. I have to thank my incredible wife, Rosalind. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Without you, this book would not have been written. Without you, I would not be the woman that I am today. You are the love of my life and the light of my days. And finally, I promise I'm almost done, I want to thank my parents who are watching this right now from Los Angeles. You have given me everything in my life. You have supported me. You have loved me unconditionally. I am so grateful for you, and I am so proud to be your daughter. Thank you.
All right, for the fourth award, Bloomtown Genesis, Allie North, self-published.
Twice now I have been caught off guard. This is just amazing. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for reading the book that I wrote. And to everyone out there who has experienced religious trauma, I see you, I am you, and congratulations on making it the fuck out of there.
And the winner of the monetary prize for debut novel is Gay the Pray Away by Natalie Nodis, Little Mountain Media.
I'm so overwhelmed and appreciative. Thank you to GCLS. Thank you all so much. I love you. Thank you.
And now we're going to welcome the Writing Academy and Kimberly Cooper Griffin.
We're honored here to celebrate the graduation of the Golden Crown Literary Society 2025 Writing Academy. I'm Kimberly Cooper Griffin, Director of Education, and I'm also a graduate of the Writing Academy class of 2018, some of which are here. With me is Liz Tanner, one of our administrators. The Writing Academy started in 2014, the brainchild of Sandra Moran and other GCLS luminaries. In 2015, we graduated our first and only class at that year, which we lovingly called just the Writing Academy. It was a single course which covered a broad swath of writing knowledge, from basic and advanced craft to marketing and promotion. Dr. Finian Burnett graduated with the class of 2016 and soon took over the Writing Academy with the goal of growing the academy. Since the start, we've graduated more than 175 graduates. And the Writing Academy is continuing to grow. In the last 3 years, we've divided the academy into 2 and now 3 separate classes, and another class is being launched this year. Writing Academy 1, Foundations of Craft, is for writers who are just beginning their writing journey or want to review the basics to fill in some gaps or re-engage their writer's brain. Writing Academy 2, Advanced Craft, is for writers who have written a story and want to apply the finer touches to get it closer to publication. Writing Academy 3, Promotion and Marketing, which started this last year, is for writers getting ready to publish and want to build their brand, create their audience, and develop their unique marketing path. And this year, we're launching the Asynchronous Writing Academy, which provides flexibility for writers who want to learn key elements from the Writing Academy 1 and 2, but can't dedicate the time to meet at the same time every week. Beyond these classes, we've listened to requests and now have plans for a Before the Basics video series to help novice writers hone their focus and refresh the foundational concepts of writing to get ready for Writing Academy 1. We'll also reignite the virtual series and offer structured workshops and more. With each new expansion and the generous donation of time, funding, and enthusiasm from our community, we're reaching more students and helping to build their confidence and skills in support of the GCLS Charter of promoting the visibility and quality of Sapphic literature. It's more important now more than ever to tell our stories, protect our history, and support the creation and accessibility of Sapphic literature. None of this could be accomplished without the dedication and inspiration of our small but mighty Writing Academy staff. Thank you all you do to provide the current and future writers of Sapphic fiction with the tools, knowledge, and community that inspire them to create the stories that allow us to see ourselves in the pages we read. Our staff consists of Dr. Finian Burnett, who runs the Writing Academy 1, Tammy Bird, Writing Academies 2 and 3 manager, and Elizabeth Tanner, and Rhapsody O'Brien, Writing Academy administrators, who set up classes and send notifications to students and instructors, lead our groups of volunteers, and so much more. Before this year, the Academy managers have accomplished everything with the assistance of only one extremely adept and busy volunteer, August Van Stralen. With the Writing Academy expansion, the need for help for the enormous effort it takes to keep the Academy running has increased. From social media to video management and much, much more, several generous and extremely committed Writing Academy students, past and present, have stepped up to help us continue our work. We're extremely grateful for their effort and commitments. Thank you all for your amazing work and that you have done and continue to do so. Before we get started handing out our graduation certificates, I invite past and present graduates, instructors, mentors, and previous directors of education in this room tonight to raise their hands. Thank you for taking our classes, supporting our students, and putting the time to make the GCLS Writing Academy a one-of-a-kind educational experience where Sapphic writers learn and grow. You are the heart and soul of the educational aspect of our charter. Now, finally, we're here to witness the culminating event for the 11th class of Writing Academy graduates, the class of 2025. This is the day they've worked hard for when we hand each one of them the certificates proving that they've completed the courses. But they've done so much more than merely put in time into completing these courses. They've forged new connections within the world of Sapphic literature. They've met and interacted with many of the greatest authors who have defined our work and written our stories, many of whom are sitting in this room tonight. They've met and they've absorbed the wisdom, they've developed their own voices, and they'll continue to collect the spirit of our community and weave it into the stories they write. That's what we've come to celebrate tonight. Now let's get to it. I know you'll want to clap and holler, but please wait until we finish with each class before you show your enthusiasm. Okay, Writing Academy 1. Oh, you're there. Oh, just snuck up on me. Snuck up on me. With us from Writing Academy 1 tonight are Darlene Bose, Erin Branch, Evelyn Shine, Laura Zanilio, May Todd, and Sam Peterson. We also want to acknowledge the Writing Academy 1 graduates who are not in attendance tonight. Amy Berger, Annette Pritchard, Beth Hawkins, Duke Dow, Everin Dodd, Mary White, and Sherry Steiner. Please give a round of applause to the Writing Academy 1 graduating class. You guys have been Now, please welcome the graduates of 2025's Writing Academy 2 who are in attendance tonight.
I'm the helper, that's my job. Just
We have with us Ann Hart, Lugera Cooper, Livia Martinez. We have to go fast. They told us we couldn't take up all the time. Ruby Hightower, Storm Kaywood, and Susan Quackenbush. We also want to acknowledge the Writing Academy 2 graduates who are not in attendance tonight. We have Amber Lee, Beth Caldwell, Cynthia Spur, Jen Fernandez, Jen Lee Mercy, Kale Gallagher, Mercedes Lewis, P. Rhapsody O'Brien, and Tracy Adams. Please give a round of applause for the Writing Academy 2 graduating class.
We also have Rhapsody in attendance. For those of you who know Rhapsody, this is Rhapsody. At least the profile upon which is on Zoom most of the time. So,
For those of you who know Rhapsody.
all right, very good.
Please, please. Thank you very much.
Good job so far. All right.
Now we have the graduates of 2025's inaugural year of Writing Academy 3 who are in attendance tonight. Please give a round of applause for each student who has been. There you go. Huge class. We had a beta class, only 8 students. Alicia Gale and Claire Donier. We'd also like to acknowledge the Writing Academy 3 graduates who are not in attendance tonight. Jess Gosnell, Jules Revel, Anna Paxton, and Beth Strauss. Please give a round of applause to all of the Writing Academy graduates. I want to offer my personal congratulations to the GCLS Writing Academy classes of 2025. It's my honor to be able to work with these folks. Now we want to acknowledge the instructors and mentors who give the incredible gift of your experience and your talent. If you were a mentor this year, please raise your hands. Some of the best in the business mentor our students. Thank you so much for your time and generosity. If it wasn't for you, we couldn't do this. And you can see all the mentors up here if you'd like to see it. Now, we owe a tremendous amount of gratitude to the instructors. You stoke the fires of passion for writing and give our students the unique gift of learning. If you were from the luminaries and true experts in Sapphic fiction, if you were an instructor this year, please raise your hands. It's a generous labor of love, this talent you lend to this program. Thank you all for what you do. Your legacy lives on in the words of our students and the words that they put out into the world. Your contribution to the Writing Academy is something no other Writing Academy provides. Thank you so much for all you do. Each year, we welcome the Writing Academy 1, 2, and 3, and we have the great privilege to offer tuition scholarships to a few students who have demonstrated a certain aspect or talent that makes them eligible for consideration for one of our growing numbers of scholarship opportunities. These generous gifts from the members of our community reward the hard work of up-and-coming writers and give some the opportunity to attend who might not have the means to otherwise. We cannot thank these kind donors enough for their support. Your generosity goes a long way in helping the GCLS Writing Academy to uphold the Golden Crown Literary Society's charter. Finally, and with great love, we'd like to thank the GCLS community, all of you, for your undying support of the Writing Academy. Everyone here can be proud for supporting the GCLS mission. Thank you.
And thank you, Kimberly Cooper Griffin, for all that she does and has done. We love you, Kim. And to Tammy and Finn, who couldn't be here, Tammy really wanted to be here, and yeah, Finn is off traveling the UK, so thank you all.
All right, so now we come to our largest award of the night in terms of nominees, the Ann Bannon Popular Choice. To present this, we have Karen Callmaker, Lynn Ames, and Anna Burke.
Flank me. Of course. So, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad, for never giving me enough milk as a child. Look what it did. On a personal note, this award means so much because of the person whose name is attached to it, Ann Bannon. I was so incredibly fortunate to be the last person to whom she presented this award personally in 2014. Fun fact, it was also the only year that there was ever a tie for this award. It will never happen again because they saw that and they said, yeah, I don't think so. So they changed the way it was done. It is a great honor to receive this award. And I know if Anne were here herself, she would be so proud of all of these nominees. The first nominee is Bachelorette number 12, written by J. Ilva Publishing. Bloomtown Genesis, written by Allie North, self-published. Falls from Grace, written by Ruby Landers, self-published. Flipping Hearts and Homes, written by Chris Zett, Ilva Publishing. Gay the Prey Away, written by Natalie Naudus, Little Mountain Media. And Goddess of the Sea, written by Brittany Jackson, Noctum Publishing.
We have Grace Period by Elizabeth Nonis, Rattlin' Good Yarns Press. Loser of the Year, written by Carrie Bird, Ilva Publishing. Mary Weihnachten, written by E.J. Noyes, Bella Books. No Shelter But the Stars, written by Virginia Black, Bywater Books. Outsider, written by J. Dupreez, Edina Publishers. And The Piano in the Tree, written by Joe Havens, self-published.
Quiver, written by Rachel Spangler, Brisk Press. Tempting Olivia, written by Claire Ashton, self-published. The Unfinished Line, written by Jen Lyon, self-published. Vengeance Planning for Amateurs, written by Lee Winter, Elva Publishing. Heavy. I get to do the first one. So, the Ann Bannon Popular Choice Bronze Award goes to Bachelorette number 12 by Jay. Please imagine all of this in the most charming German accent. I'm beyond honored to receive this award for Bachelorette number 12, even though Regina insisted that she knew all along her book would win. Thanks so much to my readers for their support, to my publisher for giving this book a home, to my editor Claire and my beta readers for their invaluable feedback, to the judges for dedicating so much time to the awards, and to GCLS for celebrating our stories. Congratulations, Jay.
Never gets old, or but I do. Winner number 2 for the Ann Bannon Popular Choice Award, the silver medal goes to Vengeance Planning for Amateurs, Lee Winter, Ilva Publishing. Lee, as you know, could not be here. I cannot read it in a charming Australian accent, or you will all walk out. Please, I have an EJ complex. Stop it. Back-to-back Ann Bannons, are you kidding me? This is astonishing. I have to thank my Ice Queen partner, Sam, once more, who says, direct quote, "You all should stop encouraging me." She's kidding, I think. I'm so grateful to my readers. You're all wonderful. Thanks also to all the beta readers and editors and anyone else who helped my book at one point or another to make sure it didn't roll off the tracks given its absurd premise. I'd like to dedicate this award to all the Saphics, queers, and deers out there who have ever wanted to participate in a heist, preferably with a Morticia Addams librarian riding shotgun. Live, love, avenge, dear friends. Oh, it is so on. Come down here so I can fight you.
I would lose. I would never do that. And the Ann Bannon Popular Choice Award for Gold goes to The Unfinished Line by Jen Lyon.
Needless to say, I did not prepare anything for this. Thank you, I'm quite short. But, sorry, Lynn, that wasn't, yeah. Like I said, this book took a piece of my soul with it when I wrote it. And when I opened it with the line in my author's note that said, "Gentle reader, it's a love story, not a romance," I didn't know if it would find a home here. And for every reader who went ahead and turned that page knowing that it might hurt and still took a chance on it anyway, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And Donna, like, you are my entire world. So thank you for making me publish this book and insisting that I put take 2 in there. So thank you guys so much.
Hello, it's me again. You're stuck with me because I'm doing the next award. How's your convention been? Everybody? Everybody? Good? Glad to hear it. For those of you who've had a really good convention, I just thought, public service announcement, there's a U-Haul rental about 2 blocks. Just saying. Just saying. I also want to acknowledge the work of our amazing photographer who is standing on this platform and making us all look so good. So you're amazing, and thank you. I'm here with the incredible honor to spend a few minutes talking about Trash by Dorothy Allison, the 2025 winner of the Lee Lynch Classic Award. Before Bastard Out of Carolina made Dorothy Allison a literary superstar in 1992, Trash found its way in print in 1988 because Firebrand Books, which was mentioned this morning, a small lesbian and feminist press, took the chance. It was a big chance, a collection of short stories about a child struggling to survive abject poverty, a woman trying to survive violence, sexual assault in the American South, stories about what Allison called the bad poor, the poor who weren't grateful or genteel or happy workers or eagerly chasing better lives, about a lesbian addicted to violence and hope and still refusing to die. In 1988, only a small press was going to take that kind of chance. A year later, Trash won 2 awards at the inaugural Lammys. It was picked up for publication by Penguin after that, and through the 35 years since, it's been taught in Southern Studies, Queer Studies, Women's Studies, Lesbian Studies, Class Studies, all because Dorothy Allison decided to stay alive and write. She made literature her religion. Amen. My personal history with Trash was taking notice of the 2 Lammys and thinking it must be something special. I had no idea. I had no idea that Dorothy Allison would reach out what she called with her strong, bony fingers and grab me by the heart, shake it real good, and shout in my face, "Wake up! Wake up. Am I making you uncomfortable?" She would say, "Good." Allison said of her work that it was fiction that read like truth. The decade of scribbling stories on yellow paper had been an act of defiance against everything that conspired to silence her, to degrade her, to end her. In 2025, as we all struggle for a reason to struggle, I think her own words from nearly 4 decades ago hold real truth for all of us. So I'm going to close by daring to read from the preface to Trash. A night finally came when I woke up sweaty and angry and afraid I'd never go back to sleep again. All those stories were rising up in my throat. Voices were echoing in my neck, laughter behind my ears, and I was terribly, terribly afraid that I was finally as crazy as my kind was supposed to be. But the desire to live was desperate in my belly, and the stories I had hidden all those years were the blood and bone of it. To get it all down, to tell it again, to make something by God just once, to be real in the world without lies or evasions or sweet-talking nonsense. I got up and wrote a story all the way through. It wasn't truly me or my mama or my girlfriends or really any of the people who'd been there, but it had the feel, that shit-kicking anger and the grief of my life. It was no biography and yet not lies. And it resonated to the pulse of my sister's fear and my desperate shame, and it ended with, most of all, the decision to live. It was most of all my deep, abiding desire to live, fleshed and strengthened on the page. A way to tell the truth is a kind of magic, not cheapened or distorted by a need to please any damn Betty at all. Without it, I have no way to know who I am. One time, twice, once in a while, I get it right. Once in a while, I can make the world I know real on the page. I can make the dreams I dare not speak shape up in the smoky darkness of other people's imagination. Writing these stories is the only way I know to make sure of my ongoing decision to live, to set moment to moment a small piece of stubbornness against an ocean of ignorance and obliteration. To make ourselves real on the page, to see ourselves real in the world, it's a hunger both writers and readers share. I'm proud to accept this award in the name of the late Dorothy Allison, and I will tell you, if anyone could be here from the grave, it would be Dorothy. She got her heart's desire. The fictional truths of trash will make her real to anyone who reads it.
And now to present the Trailblazer Award, Marianne K. Martin.
Okay, I'm going to start out apologizing for my voice, which is going to go any moment. Quinn saved me earlier, and thank you. But I would whisper if I have to honor this next award. This woman is beyond explanation. I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version because otherwise we'd be here so late that you'd be crawling into your jammies and popping popcorn. It would just be that late. So think about the years when I mention her accomplishments. Just think about when these accomplishments were made. In 1970, yes, Penny Mickleberry began a storied career of breaking barriers when she was hired as the first lesbian and African-American reporter at the Athens, Georgia Banner Herald. In 1972, she and 6 other black Washington Post reporters filed a complaint with the EEOC, and they became known as the Metro 7. They were the inspiration for other co-workers, including women employed at the paper, journalists worldwide, who would be coming after them and be advocating for their own equal rights. By the early 1990s, disillusioned with her work as a journalist, Penny launched her multiracial lesbian Mimi and Gianna mystery series with Naiad Press. She co-founded in the late 1990s the Alchemy Theater of Change, and also signed during that time her Carol Ann Gibson, series with Simon & Schuster. After the run of that series was complete, she returned to her lesbian fiction with more Mimi and Gianni books. Then again, disillusioned with the lack of opportunities and the options for black queer writers, Penny launched her career as a playwright, focusing on telling the powerful stories of black lesbian women in America. For once, Penny was happy with her writing situation, but her satisfaction was interrupted by the election of 2016. Penny said of that time, "While I never was naive enough to believe that everything was fine in America, that we had banished the evils of racism, sexism, homophobia, misogyny, and ageism, I still found myself disgusted that the hatred and ugliness had gotten worse instead of better. But being disgusted doesn't serve the purpose. Writing does. And revisiting Mimi and Gianni has allowed her to explore with consciousness the groundswell of complicated emotions that came as we live our best lives in a world, in a world of evil and hatred. So right she did. Since 2018, Penny has written six books, including a Mimi and Gianni novel, 2 multiracial lesbian historical novels, a Black Sapphic novel set in Harlem, and a collection of short stories. At every stage of her life, Penny Milliken has faced her dissatisfaction with the status quo and asked to be seen and treated as an equal. When blacks weren't welcome in the newsroom, she changed it. When black lesbians were not recognized for writing cutting-edge mysteries, she changed it. When the theater needed the steady and thoughtful voice of a black lesbian of a certain age, she changed it. And when our literature was straining once more to hear the voice of strong black lesbians, yes, she changed it again. Penny Milliken is an American trailblazer, as an African American, as a woman, and as a lesbian. She is also a powerful heartbeat, still a powerful heartbeat within our larger Sapphic literary community, and we need her clarion voice rising from our literature even now. This is why the GCLS has awarded Penny Mickleberry the 2025 Trailblazer Award.
Magdalene Knox.
Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When I got the message from Betsy saying that I was the 2025 Trailblazer Award, my first thought was, really? And then I thought, but wait. If I am a trailblazer, that means that I no longer have to be a crotchety, near crippled, old broad. So I have leaned into this trailblazer thing. And people who know me really well will still call me a crotchety, crippled old broad. But that's okay, because I can say, yeah, but I'm also a trailblazer.
I am the 21st GCLS trailblazer, and that is no small thing. The 20 who went before me had to make the decision that I would be the next. And I cannot tell you how humbling that is. I know the work of all 20 of those women, and 3 of them I am privileged to know personally and to know well. And yes, I'm going to name them. Catherine Forrest, who was my first editor, who edited the first Mimi Jana novel, Keeping Secrets. Marianne K. Martin, who just almost choked trying to get through this beautiful introduction. And I am grateful to her for many reasons. And Jewel Gomez, whom I met in New York City, and I don't even remember what year it was, a long time ago, because I went to New York because I thought, and I believed, well, if you're going to be a writer, New York City is where you go. So I went. She was already there because that's her hometown, and with a group of women who were already writing, and I thought, okay, I have done the right thing. This is a good thing to do. I have been encouraged by the young women here this evening who spoke brilliantly and passionately and with a little old broad angst about how, no, we're not going to go sit down and shut up and be quiet. We're just not, because it took too long to get to a point where we could have a voice. These women, these trailblazers on whose shoulders I stand, worked too hard and endured too much for anybody to roll over and play dead. I want to get personal with some of this stuff. And I'm going to read you a few of the events that I call the soundtrack to my young years, to my growing up. On the 12th of June in 1963, Medgar Evers was murdered in his driveway in front of his house, opening the door to his car to go to work, his wife and 2 young children standing on the porch, bidding him goodbye for the day. They did not know it would be forever. On the 15th of September in 1963, 4 little girls were murdered in the basement of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama. They were in Sunday school. Sunday school. On the 25th of March in 1965, Viola Lioso from Detroit, Michigan, was a civil rights worker, ambushed in her car by the KKK. On the 21st of June in 1964, Philadelphia, Mississippi, during Freedom Summer, James Chaney, 21 years old, Andrew Goodman, 20, and Michael Schwerner, 24, were murdered by the KKK and buried in a mound in Mississippi. The Selma to Montgomery March now wears the moniker Bloody Sunday, March 1965, walking across the Pettus Bridge from Selma to Montgomery. I call these events the soundtrack to my young life, to my growing up. I graduated high school in 1966 and went to the University of Georgia. To this day, I can't tell you why I did that. It's like, God damn, what were you thinking? But what I was thinking was that I heard Martin Luther King Jr. give a speech where he said, "We have paid dues in this state for several hundred years, and we still cannot be full citizens in it. And one of the things we ought to do is go to those institutions that have denied us entry for all these years, despite all the taxes we paid." So I said, yeah, okay, I think that's a good thing. So I went home and told my parents that I was going to the University of Georgia. My mother, who was the librarian at Spelman College, I thought was really going to lose her mind. My dad, a native of Louisiana who grew up in Texas and came to Atlanta to go to college. First man in his family to be a college graduate. He said, okay, and my mother fainted dead away. And when she recovered herself, what do you mean, okay, they're going to kill her? He said, no, they're not. No, they're not. Because she's not the kind of kid to let herself get killed. After the first quarter, when I came home for Christmas, I said, okay, Ma, I'm ready to go to Spelman now. And my father said, no, no. And I thought my mother was either going to kill him or divorce him right there on the spot. She said, why? He said, because if she starts running now, because it's hard, she will run for the rest of her life. She said she wanted to do this. She was going to do it, no matter what we thought. So go do it. Go do it. Go do what you set out to do. And here I am, a trailblazer, all these years later. I really am gratified by this. I did not know what I was going to do except write. I always knew that I had to do that. I wasn't certain how it was going to happen and what form it was going to take, but I had to do it. I don't think, although I've never been naive about the things that have happened in America, but I would not have been able to imagine, honestly and truly, what's happening in this country now. And I have heard and read people saying, oh, this is terrible. This isn't America. America has never been this way. America has always been this way. I want to read to you from the Dred Scott decision, 1857. Justice Taney, the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court, said and wrote that blacks were considered to be of, quote, an inferior order, and so far inferior and below that they had no rights which the white man was bound to respect. 1857. And people look at the Supreme Court that we have now and they go, well, where did this clown come from? Right here, right here. And because there are 2 or 3 reasonable voices on that court, people go, well, can't they do something? No, no, they can't. There are 3 women and all those men, and some of them are pure evil. And I mean that when I say it. I don't apologize. Because what I told you, those things that I read you, the soundtrack of my growing up. I can still feel those things when we read them. My mother and my older brother, my number one brother, were sitting in St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Atlanta on that Sunday morning. And it was kind of quiet. I don't remember exactly what was going on. The Father Usher was at the lectern, so maybe the sermon or one of the lessons, I don't know. And he looked up, he stopped talking, and he looked straight down the aisle. And everybody turned to look. And the chief warden, rector, was running down the aisle. And he ran up the steps to the altar, whispered to Father Usher, ran back down the aisle and opened the front door. Father Usher gave us the blessing and said, "Go home, go home." A church was just bombed. Three little girls were killed in Sunday school class. Go home and be safe. Everybody ran down the center aisle to the front door, opened the door, and there must have been 10 or 12 men lined up in front of the church with guns. One of them was my father. These men had all come to church to get their families, because if they can blow up one church, they can blow up this church. That was that Sunday. I've never forgotten it. And so if I was maybe 7, perhaps, I was 70 years ago. It lives with me. It lives with me. I don't know what we're supposed to do now, except we cannot, must not give in. Too many of us have had to endure too much crap. And not just because people don't like us or don't like what we do. They don't think we have the right to it, because it's not just blacks who are of an inferior order. Because if you were a woman and you didn't have enough sense to go get a husband and have babies, then you must too be of an inferior order. Therefore, there are no rights you have that must be respected by anyone. What are you supposed to do with that? Go back in the closet? Go find a husband? I know, yeah. No, thank you. You know, and particularly given how I feel about pain, babies are not an option. Although I'm glad my mother chose to have 3 of us, you know, and I've got some nieces and nephews and people that I love, little people who are now full-grown adults. But no going back, people. We can't. They can take the books off the shelves, as they have demonstrated. But none of us have stopped writing, I don't think. Marianne Martin, my publisher, God bless you, and Salem West, they haven't said, okay, you know, you can stop writing now because we won't be publishing. Nobody has said that. And all of you sitting here work for houses that have not said to you, don't bother to finish that manuscript because we're not going to publish it. That hasn't happened. So they're going to continue. You're going to keep reading. But what else can they do? Well, I'm here to tell you that the publishers know what I'm about to tell you. Most of you don't. The Comstock Act of 1873, still in the books, has not been repealed. That prevented using the mails to send smut. What was smut? Books about women loving women, men loving men. And if they caught you, they'd shut down your publishing house, send you to jail, and take the books and burn them. That law is still on the books. You see what's happening to laws that are on the books now. Nobody's paying attention. We have a body of elected officials who couldn't find a spine among them. They talk. You got two women who are standing up, daily threatened with murder, and worse, if there's a thing worse than murder, but Jasmine Crockett and AOC, and they talk shit all day long, all day, and dare them to come after them. And some reporter asked Ms. Crockett, why do you do this? And she said, because before I was born, people who look like me put their lives on the line, and many of them died, so that I could be the second woman elected to the Texas House of Representatives. She said, I don't have the right to not do this. I'm going to do it. And if they come for me, then please know that they can come for you too. That is what I want to leave you with as we look at the unconscionable arrest of people whose only crime is trying to go to work and make a better life for their families than they had. That's what my parents did. And for many of you out here, I'm not saying that anybody out here is as old as I am, but some of you have parents who are as old as I am, and it was all about trying to make a better life. That's all any of us wanted. Some of us wanted to write books, but, you know, there were schools where we could do that. Teachers who helped us, who gave us the tools that we needed to get this work done, to get these stories told. And so you could wear what you wanted to wear to class. You could, if you wanted to wear suspenders, cool suspenders, by the way. Very cool suspenders. Ooh, and those socks, cool, very cool. You can do that. Young people can do that and not fear, for the most part, that something's gonna happen to you on the way to the bathroom. And if it does, there's somebody you can tell. And if you're really lucky, there's somebody in your school who will avenge you. And if you're extra lucky, you'll have a teacher who might be an old broad with a stick who gave up being afraid a long time ago and is of the opinion that anybody who hurts a child needs to get hurt back. I believe that. I'm not afraid to say it. And I'm too old and broke down to try to outrun anybody. So I stand my ground. I want all of you to remember, and remember what you heard from these young people tonight. These are young people who said, no, we're not going back. We don't quit. Too many people endured too much. The Dorothy Allisons and the 20 trailblazers on whose shoulders I stand endured too much for me to say, well, that's a long way up there. Maybe I can't get on those shoulders. I better get up on those shoulders. And I fully expect that some of you out here who won awards tonight, and some of you who didn't, will be standing here one day, a trailblazer. I hope you don't have to wait too long, because that's sort of a long walk from back there up there. But, you know, if you keep yourself fit, maybe, or if you have good friends or a good wife like I have who will, it's like, come on, you can do it, stand up, let's go. You can be here and never forget that those of us who are here, who made it here, and I'm going to speak for you, Marianne, my friend, no regrets, no sorries, don't mind. Whatever you had to endure, whatever you had to relinquish, whatever you had to maybe put on the back burner or put aside, because some of us never did get rich doing this, but it's not why we did it. And so we did a lot of other things, kept working. And when I look at some of these people that were in charge of the government now, and they want to talk to me about the free ride I'm getting with Social Security and Medicare, my response to them, if I could speak to them in person, that's my damn money. It's my damn money. Everybody who's ever worked for a paycheck, what did we do? We know what we earned. What did you get? You got what the government says you could have from your paycheck, but you get it back. So it's like, okay, you'll get it back. And now it's like, well, no, Social Security that's free money. No, it's not. No, it's not. Medicare, free health care. No, it's not. No, it's not. We earned that stuff. We earned it. Those of us who have paid dues to and in this country for generations, you earned it. It's a mistake if you think that they're going to stop now, because they're not. So if you roll over, damn it, I'm sorry, I keep doing that, and let them take it without resistance, then you think about all those people, your forebears, and what they went through to make it possible for you to be here, to write the stories that you write, and to love who you love, and live where you want to live. Then you're saying to them, so what, all in vain. Don't let that happen. Don't let that be. I don't know what we're in for. I don't know. And it's ugly now, and it's probably going to get uglier. But let there be no quit in you, any more than you quit writing at 3 o'clock in the morning, and your publisher's waiting on this manuscript. It's like, okay, come on. You don't quit that. Don't quit having the right to write the stories that you write, with the characters that you write, loving the people that you love. The person who's coming to say to you, you know what, turn off the computer, turn off the light, and come to bed, because you've been at this for a while. And my wife reminds me, she said, you're kind of blind in one eye and you can't see out of the other one. So you want to just stop this for a minute and get up and walk around? Okay, if you insist. And I love it that she cares that much. And then she'll make me, if I don't listen to her. We can't give that up. We can't. Don't. And for all you young people who spoke to that tonight, please don't get tired. Please don't get afraid. Don't, because they're not going to stop, so you can't. I thank you.
as we bring this awards ceremony to a close, I want to thank all the presenters for coming here tonight and presenting the awards. Congratulations. Thank all the judges who volunteered their time. Thank you. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight. You've earned it. Award winners, remember, pictures outside afterwards. This would be the point in the show where I tell you, see you next year in the next location. And next year's Orlando, as many of you know. Betsy let me make a statement about that, and I don't want to take up too much time. I know we want to celebrate. I know we want to dance. I know we have a good night together before we all go our separate ways tomorrow. But I wanted to make a short statement. Because a lot of people have come up to me and asked me, the people who know me, maybe I've had dinner with them or had coffee with them, asked me, Jamie, you live in Florida. How do you feel about GCLS coming to Orlando next year? You know, I've seen things online. They'll tell me, I see things saying maybe we shouldn't go. Maybe GCLS should try to figure out somewhere else, damn the cost. And you're going to get a version of the rant that I've given them. Florida is not easy right now. I've seen dark stuff there. I've had transphobic messages written on my office door, and the police go, tell us next time. I've had transphobic things written in my driveway. Police, nothing we can do. You know, there are times where I have to look over my shoulder because I don't know who's going to see me go into a bathroom in a state building and decide to call the police. There's been times I've walked around town, and my town's pretty blue, and had to look over my shoulder. And I have privilege. I admit I have privilege. I'm a white, well-educated woman. But I have friends who have it way worse. I have friends in red parts of the state that I personally feel completely unsafe to be in, but they have to live there with people next to them who tear down their pride flags the moment they go right back up. I have a colleague whose child cannot get gender-affirming care that they need, despite every piece of paper that they need to prove that they should have it. I've had friends pushed down in the parking lot of the doctor's office where they're going to get their gender-affirming care because a nurse said their dead name and someone in the office took offense. I've seen and heard. But I've also seen fighters. I've also seen good. I work on the readout committee every year to put together an LGBTQ book festival in Gulfport. This year, it's going to be in February. Please come. I've seen people donate tens of thousands of dollars to book collectives to make sure that banned books get where they need to go. I've seen doctors who say, yeah, it's dark, but we're going to go back the way things used to be, and we're going to work our ways around it. We're not going to give up. There are communities from Tallahassee to Ocala to Gainesville to Orlando, where we're going to be, to Miami, everywhere, fighting tooth and nail to make sure queer rights are protected, that queer people are protected, that our stories keep being told for the next generation. I've seen the fight. And you know, those in power, Ron DeSantis or whatever governor is next or whatever people are next, it's a drop in the bucket, GCLS, to them. They don't care. They don't care. You know, Disney's going to keep making their money. Other tourism things are keep making the money. GCLS is a drop in the bucket. They really won't notice. But who will notice are the bookstores who are not complying, the queer-owned bookstores who are not complying, the queer employees at those bookstores who are not complying. those LGBTQ restaurants and coffee shops and businesses of all types who are not complying, putting pride flags in their windows, and when they get torn down, they put them right back up. So GCLS may not matter to the evil people who are making the decisions, but it does matter to the people there who are still on the front lines fighting. GCLS has the chance, and you all have the chance by going there next year and during lunch breaks going to a queer-owned business, or maybe a vendor from a queer-owned business or craft shop in Florida comes to the vendor hall at GCLS and sells their wares. It matters to them. These queer communities, these people fighting are going to see GCLS coming, and they're going to know they've not been abandoned, that people from all over the world are not abandoning us. You're not abandoning us when we need you the most. Don't abandon people in red states, because we are going to keep fighting. And I understand travel is what it is. I understand money is what it is. But if you can come next year and show that you're here with us, please do. Thank you. Thank you for letting a trans woman stand up here and MC the Goldies. It means the world to me. Thank you. This place is family, and it means the world to me. And I hope to see all my family next year in Florida, where I live, with my wife, my daughter, Amelia. It's bedtime. Go to bed. Thank you. Let's party.